Homelessness. To most, this means living on the streets with barely any food or money to live off of, but it is also known as a state of being unhoused or unsheltered, the condition of lacking stable, safe, and functional housing. Homelessness has more to do with society than you might think, and because it's something that we see every single day, people don't really pay much attention to it or the people that are affected by it. So oftentimes, what people see just blinds them. Unfortunately, homeless people aren't even acknowledged by those who live a proper lifestyle and are looked down upon like animals by many. There is far more that we as a society in the US can do to reduce the amount of homelessness in the country, as, according to HUD, there were 649,917 unsheltered and sheltered homeless individuals in the United States in January of 2011. If this number continues to increase in, say, 20 years, then there will also be an increase in the negative effects homelessness has on society. So first, we need to discuss the issue of homelessness and how and why it happens. You see, one of the main problems of homelessness is that for every person that recovers from it, be it financially, be it socially, be it emotionally, many more will enter the state of homelessness. The causes of homelessness varies, but the most common ones are extreme poverty, unaffordable housing, personal problems, mental disabilities, or job loss. Unaffordable housing is one of the biggest reasons for homelessness, as the economy for the housing market only increases while low-paying jobs remain the same. Martha Arbert, the director of the Social Services Research Program at the Urban Institute, states that current levels of housing costs, coupled with low wage jobs and economic contraction, could push even the working poor out of their homes. Other structural factors in the US that have increased this problem are the changing of house markets for extremely low-income families and single adults are pricing more and more people with below poverty incomes out of the market. Dwindling employment opportunities for people with a high school education or less contribute to the widening gap between rich and poor. The removal of institutional support for people with severe mental illness, epitomized by drastic reductions in the use of long-term hospitalization for the mentally ill, are leaving many individuals with very few housing options. And finally, racial, ethnic, and class discrimination in housing, along with local zoning restrictions that exclude affordable housing alternatives, persists in many areas in the United States.
So how does homelessness affect society? It poses a threat to public health, as in 2018 an outbreak of hepatitis A ravaged California. It particularly hit counties with high populations of unsheltered homeless individuals. This was likely because the homeless and financially unstable have to live on unsanitary streets most of the time, making them prone to diseases or illnesses. Homeless people are also, unfortunately, a danger to people around them as well. As we have already established, homeless people can hold mental health illnesses that affect their actions. This makes them inflict harm on others and our Father's House Soup Kitchen, a social service organization that cares for homeless people, that states communities with high rate of homelessness also have high crime rates. It has also been found by Martha Burt that 46% of homeless people were reported with chronic physical conditions. She also adds to say that problems with alcohol, drugs, and mental health among homeless people are well documented and often occur together. So, what can society do to reduce the amount of homelessness in the US? Well, even if it's a little bit, we as individuals can donate more to the homeless and offer some sort of assistance, like giving them food, money, clothes, or any useful materials that will help them in the long run. While we have established that this has not been enough to stop it, if we are fortunate enough to have a high reach from this video, we hope to have more people pay attention to the effects homelessness has on us, so they can also step in and do their part. Thankfully, people on social media already post their assistance to the homeless, increasing the amount of help they receive. Now, the truth of the matter is that homelessness cannot be stopped no matter what. There will always be an influx of homeless people every day and everywhere, but what we as a society are currently doing is enough to reduce homelessness by a lot, and hopefully in the future it increases.
And yes, in some cases, homeless people can have differences between us. Those who grow up being homeless may not even be able to read or are illiterate, and others have mental issues or disabilities that add to their struggles and prevents them from being in a proper society. However, it's still important to remember the hardships they're going through every day and what effect they have not only on our environment, but our society as a whole.